Tom Lyons here from MakingYouFindable.com, and we're moving on to it's really part two of building web presence, but because part one was so long, we divided that into part one and part two. Maybe I should have called it part 1A and part 1B, but anyway, we're moving into part two-ish. And what we're talking about today is listing syndication. So if you're a real estate agent and you know that 90% or 87% or 82%, depending on whose stat you're looking at, of buyers are using the internet to find homes, you're going, geez, I should have a website because that's where I'm going to sell my homes because that's where everybody's looking. The problem with that is, unless if you can drive enough traffic to your site to make sure that the entire local area is finding what you're selling, it doesn't do you too much good. So that's where the MLS systems come in, right? Because they're larger sites, they have larger exposure, more people know about them, more people go to it. So if you have a local board site or you have an MLS system, then people are seeing it. If you're down in the States and you're allowed to put in an IDX system, or in some places in Canada where there's an IDX system and it ties into the MLS, then of course you have all these other agents that are displaying your listings as well. The problem is there's other sites out there too that people are looking at. There's things like Yahoo Real Estate, there's Hotpads, there's MSN or MySpace Real Estate, there's the list goes on. There's a whole bunch. So the point is that if you have a website, it's not enough. People are looking in all sorts of other places, so you need to syndicate those listings out. You need to get them showing up in different places so that people will find your listings, and you're making an effort to market them. So let's talk about listing syndication. There's several places that you can go. We're going to talk first about something like Kijiji. Kijiji and Craigslist. For the United States people, Craigslist is obviously the big one out there. It has all the listings you could possibly dream of, and it's free to advertise there. But there's some differences to it. There's some billable stuff that you can put onto it, and you can pay for some ads that keep showing up. And depending on the area that you're in, if you're in a smaller area, because you place an ad and it gets pushed down as new ads show up, then the end result is that your ad disappears quickly. But if you're in a small area, it may take a couple weeks before your ad disappears. If you're in a large population area, the ads may disappear within a half an hour. So you need to build your strategy around that. So if we go and we look at Craigslist.com, and we want to take something a little bit easier, so I'm going to go to Canada here, and we're going to go more, and I'm going to pick something like our little tiny town here, which is Belleville, Ontario, and I go for real estate for sale. Right, here's the ads, and as you can see, there's only one ad showing up today, period. Right, one ad showing up yesterday, one showing up on the 12th, so 2 days, back on the Monday. So it takes a long time for something to get pushed off this page as we go, because not many people are using it. Right? And so it makes life easy. But if we look at a larger city, for instance, we look at something like Toronto, right? It's going to be ridiculous when we look for homes for sale. Right? So one day, right, is showing all these properties. And that's Saturday, but look at Friday, right? I mean, it's just huge. It takes no time for your listings to get dropped off the page. So in one case, taking a week or 2 weeks to get off. So you need to build your strategy about how often you're going to post and what you're going to say in your post to try and get people to read your ad and take a look at it. If you're in Canada, of course, you have your Kijiji.ca, which is sort of equivalent to Craigslist, but more Canadian. And here again, we have the same sort of thing. We have housing for sale. As you can see, I'm looking at the Belleville area, and it's a little bit busier. This gets used a lot more than Craigslist. And you can see here, it takes a while for an ad to get dropped off 17 hours ago, but we're one full day behind, or 2 full days behind by the time you get pushed off the page. So it still takes 2 days, but there's options, right? You can do sponsored links, which means that you're paying for it to stay up here more often. You can do top ads, which means it always shows up at the top of the page for a given length of time. And some of these ads cost $14, some of them cost $2, so depending on what it is, you need to take a look and experiment and decide what's going to actually work for you. There's other options like Yahoo Real Estate and Google Base, and one of the easiest ways to do that is by using a site like Point2 Agent. It's $9 per month, and they syndicate to all sorts of places. So let's just take a look at them. Point2agent.com. So my recommendation is have your own site, which you do your stuff on, but then as you can see what's happening here, right? There's all sorts of sites that they're syndicating out to, right? For $9 a month, you get the advantage of their syndication ability, which is a huge value. Like for you to be able to post to these sites manually would take you forever, right? So you can go for $9.99. You buy one of their basic accounts. You use it just for syndication purposes to draw people out, which means that you're marketing more and pushing your listings out there better. And then if you don't even want to do the updates because it's a second site, hire yourself a virtual assistant for, for whatever it costs, whether you hire one from your local area or whether you hire a student or whether you hire somebody from out of the country, whatever you do, right? The cost is relatively low to have them update that for you once a week and make sure that that gets out. So there's my advice for listing syndication. We could get into a lot more detail on listing syndication, but the point here is that you need to go out and find a really easy way to make sure that your homes are getting out to all the places that it could possibly show, such as Google Base, Facebook, Yahoo Real Estate, Cyberhome, Zillow, Trulia, the Real Estate Book. Like you can just see, these are all very large sites that bring in millions of visitors, millions upon millions of visitors, and those are people that should be seeing your home. So you need to build your strategy around it so that you're actually marketing your home to its best ability on the internet instead of just trying to post it on your site or have it show up on realtor.ca or whatever your local MLS system is, or whether or your state MLS system, however your area works. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope that you got something out of it. Your action plan here should definitely be to go out and at least open a Point2 Agent site for $9.99, or find some other way to make sure you list your home. Make sure you get them into Kijiji. Make sure you get them into Craigslist, because those methods are free and a lot of people are looking there. So you should be taking advantage of that. That's your action item. I'd love your feedback. Please, by all means, give me your feedback. Post a comment. Let me know what you think. Visit us at makingyoufindable.com. Come visit us there. We've got lots of other videos, lots of other things for you to learn and take a look at. Okay, until next time, enjoy your day.